Your ship, your cruise is delayed. Islanders, that's news that none of us ever want to hear, but that is the reality for thousands of cruisers set to sail on board the Carnival Vista. She has completed her dry dock in Spain. She's headed back to the United States, but this cruise, which is a short, small 3-day cruise, has now been impacted, and many are even wondering, is it worth even going? We're going to share the news with you on the show today. We're also going to have a broader discussion on dry docks. We used to get excited about dry docks because of all the extras that would be added, the money that would be invested into the ship. And then that went away, of course, with the last 3 years and what we've gone through, I guess, 4 years now. We'll talk about our dry docks returning to what they used to be. We will also share unfortunate news as a passenger on board the Ultimate World Cruise has passed away. We all need some time in the islands. Let's go there now on Island Time. A big happy Tuesday to all you Islanders. We hope that you're having a great day. We're on Island Time. I am Derek. Let's drop our anchors and take some time to relax on the islands together. I have one public service announcement for you today. No matter how much you think that Valentine's Day, which is tomorrow, is commercialized, take a second to tell those around you that you love them. And if you feel so moved to buy a small token, it could be those chocolates. Don't buy the fruit-flavored chocolates. Those things are nasty. Get some real chocolate. Get a teddy bear, get some candy, tell someone that you love them. I know it's a commercialized holiday and so many people don't like it for that reason, but you can like it for telling someone that you love them. I've got to get Amanda and the boys something. I've got to get Mama something, tell Mama that I love her, show her a little token of my appreciation for her. Are you buying anything for Valentine's Day for anyone? Let us know in the comment section below. And of course, we appreciate and love you guys. You're so supportive. Let's jump right into the cruise news today. If you'd like to stay up to date with everything in cruising, be sure you're subscribed to the channel. Ring the bell to receive those notifications when we upload content. We're sharing news today regarding the Carnival Vista. Many of you have cruised on the Carnival Vista before. In the last several weeks, she's been out of commission. She has been in Spain, completing her dry dock activities. She is headed back from Spain, headed to Port Canaveral to re-enter into service, and people are excited about this. There's always a risk of booking that first or second cruise right out of dry dock because sometimes delays happen, supply chain issues happen, and this is what's going on with the Carnival Vista. A short delay, but really overall it's a big problem because of the cruise itself. The Carnival Vista is headed back. That's the good news. The bad news is she has encountered some rough weather. She's going to be delayed coming back to North America by 1 day. And 1 day is not very long. If you had an 8-day cruise and the Vista is late coming back by 1 day, you now have a 7-day cruise. If you have a 7-day cruise and she's delayed by 1 day, you have a 6-day cruise. Not huge. You could be upset about it a little bit, but not huge, right? Her first cruise was set to be a 3-day cruise. A 3-day cruise is among the shortest cruises that are offered in the industry. And whenever she's delayed 1 day, that 3-day cruise becomes a 2-day cruise, and all of a sudden, now people who booked that cruise are thinking, should I actually go on that cruise or should I cancel? That is the reality that thousands of cruisers are facing today who are excited about a 3-day small getaway, a sea day, and you go to Nassau and you come back. Some people book the 3-day cruise as a back-to-back, book that 3-day cruise and then take that longer cruise this weekend. In any case, the 3-day cruise is now a 2-day cruise, as Carnival Cruise Line is sharing that the Vista will be late due to a late leaving time from Spain and then some bad weather that she's encountered on her journey back. Carnival Cruise Line, though, they're trying to be sympathetic in the situation. They're offering everything they can. They're welcoming passengers on board later this week, and they will give them $50 per person on board credit, up to $100 for a cabin. They're telling passengers if you want to cancel your stateroom, you can get a full refund plus a $100 future cruise credit. And it just makes me think, would I still go on this 2-day cruise that's going to go to Nassau and back? Or would I cancel in this situation? Hopefully, many of these passengers are from either the Florida area, Port Canaveral area, or they booked this as a back-to-back, so they have 2 trips booked. But if I lived outside of Florida, if I lived 4 or 5 plus hours away, I'm not sure that I would stay on this 2-day sailing. I think I would have to cancel and find something else. 2 days just isn't enough. 3 days really just isn't enough. Islanders, what would you do in this situation if your cruise was cut short and your cruise was already short? Let us know in the comment section below. The Carnival Vista did receive several new amenities, new things. And we're going to talk about dry docks here for just a second. You see, before COVID, dry docks were a big thing. Passengers would get excited when a ship would go to dry dock. Money was flowing in 2018, 2019. And when a ship went to dry dock, it meant that she maybe got some new features, some new venues, new bars, new restaurants. Cruise lines would heavily invest in their cruise ships. They would use the dry dock every 4, 5, 6 years to make sure the ship looks good, right? Replace her carpets in the public areas, replace the furniture that needed to be replaced. They might replace the bedding in the cabins. But they would also say, you know what? This ship doesn't have a Guy's Burger on it. We're putting a Guy's Burger on it. This ship doesn't have an Alchemy Bar. We're putting the Alchemy Bar. They would make sure that ships had similar venues. They would invest a lot of money in these dry docks, and passengers would wait to see what was going to be announced. It was an exciting time. Many times you would cruise a ship, and you might say in your mind, I'm not going to cruise that ship again, but then the ship would go to dry dock and she had new offerings, and then you would cruise that ship again. But after COVID, money was tight. We all know that. Cruise lines were forced to make decisions on just kind of doing, I hate to say it, the bare minimum, right? Replacing the carpets and some of the things in the public areas, touching up the paint, maybe doing some bedding and cabin updates, but nothing crazy. They couldn't invest the money that they wanted to invest and used to invest into their ships. And I think maybe as we look at dry docks across the industry, we're starting to get back to cruise lines investing heavily in these dry docks and modernizing new ships. We just saw Royal Caribbean in the Allure of the Seas say that we're going to modernize the Allure of the Seas on her next dry dock. That means ching ching, we're going to spend some money and make sure that she's up to date, that she's set for the next 4, 5, 6 years until her next dry dock. And Carnival Cruise Line kind of did the same with the Carnival Vista. They had a longer dry dock. Of course, she got her new livery. They had the smoke-free casino, which they've done that the last, several ships. They put in that smoke-free casino. They added the Heroes Tribute Bar as well. But it's looking like, if you look across the industry, that cruise lines are starting to spend more on dry docks, and you and I as passengers only benefit from that. Islanders, is this the recollection that you have of dry docks? Do you remember pre-COVID, and I'm talking about like 2015 to 2019, dry docks were a huge deal. Do you remember that? If so, let us know in the comment section below. And do you think that there's a certain venue that is on board some ships, not on board other ships, that you would like to see on board cruise ships that you cruise on? Let us know in the comment section below. We're going to also share news today of this story here. It's making its way around social media, I think because of this world cruise, this ultimate world cruise that Royal Caribbean has embarked on, has stayed in the light. People literally have become famous who are selling on this world cruise. They go live on TikTok and other platforms, and they have literally become famous. There's been drama on board, of course. Royal Caribbean has appreciated this. It's free marketing, but the Serenade of the Seas continues its 274 night cruise. Not all passengers are selling the entire cruise. You can buy just parts or pieces of the cruise. She's just started the Serenade of the Seas, and the passengers on board just started the second leg of the cruise, and there's news from Royal Caribbean. It was rumored the last day or maybe two that a passenger on board the ship has passed away. Some reports are saying that this passenger is not one of the passengers making the entire 274 journey trip. They're just doing one leg of the trip, one part of the trip. But needless to say, a passenger hasn't indeed passed away from on board the Serenade of the Seas. Here's what Royal Caribbean had to say about this news. A guest sailing on board Serenade of the Seas has sadly passed away. We are actively providing support and assistance to the guest's loved ones at this time, out of the privacy of the guest and their family. We have nothing further to share at this time. Of course, we're praying for that guest and their family. Losing a loved one is never easy, especially in a situation just like this. But it made me think about this. This has made its way around social media. I was watching even TV earlier today, and this story was on broadcast national TV. And I was thinking, it's a sad occurrence. It most definitely is, but it does happen from time to time. Ships are equipped with medical centers And crew members that work in these medical centers, they save lives every single week. Sadly, though, there are passengers who pass away on cruise ships every single week. This is not just a one-time occurrence. This happens not on every ship every week, but there's a handful of passengers that pass away on cruise ships every single week. Cruise lines are prepared to deal with situations like this. They provide care and comfort to family members who are on board. They contact family members if needed at home. It's part of something that cruise lines across the industry do. Before we go, I wanted to end the show the way we started the show, talking about Valentine's Day. Today alone, we've had 5 different clients reach out and want to book trips for Valentine's Day for their significant other. They're going to surprise them tomorrow. Matter of fact, many of these clients asked, can you make some sort of flyer? Can you make some sort of certificate? That way I can actually give something to my significant other. They can open it and be surprised with a cruise vacation. And of course we did that. I've sent everything out. We're ready to go. We may have a couple more requests before the day ends. But really, I don't remember this happening in the past. I haven't really thought about in previous years to gift Amanda a cruise for Valentine's Day. It's a great idea. And I wanted to reach out to you Islanders and see, have you ever surprised your significant other with a cruise, either for Valentine's Day, maybe their birthday, your anniversary, Christmas? It's a very popular thing to do. I've just never put 2 and 2 together and surprised Amanda with a cruise over Valentine's Day. Amanda, if you're watching this, don't expect anything that big tomorrow, okay? We'll get you a dozen roses maybe and some chocolate. Probably not a cruise vacation. Islanders, let us know your thoughts below. Have you ever surprised someone on a particular day with a cruise? Let us know in the comment section below. We can't wait to see your comments on the show today. We'll see you, of course, on Facebook and tomorrow right here on Island Time.